Issue 48. We start out with Captain Plunder dismissing the existence of a giant stone guardian guarding the Sandopolis Pyramid in a world full of magic. Immediately, he's proven John Blind wrong, and Sonic snarks, "Are all pirates as stupid as you? Why did the people who made the stone golem consider the pyramid as sacred anyways?" This will never be explained. When Sonic attacks the golem, it splits apart, and then he arbitrarily doesn't believe Knuckles when he says it formed again behind him because he's so arrogant that he thinks he defeated it in one attack like the Badnik. The golem hits him, and because Knuckles has read all of the sacred texts about the echidnas, he knows to just lure the golem into the quicksand. I love that Knuckles thought to do this while Sonic just impulsively fought it as usual. It makes perfect sense with his island knowledge, and it's good for Knuckles to be the competent, knowledgeable one. Knuckles, of all people, tells Sonic that he's gotta learn to use his head, and Sonic points out that he let Plunder sneak into the pyramid while everyone was distracted. That was clever, Plunder. Sonic asks why Knuckles was attacked by the golem when he smashed through the island, and is told that the golem is from an ancient time, and didn't even know that the people of the island are long gone. He says he thought he heard a noise up ahead, and the ghost Filch asks if after all those centuries it'll still work, and it does whatever it does, as they get into the lost tomb of Sandopolis, which is full of treasure and also some still burning fireballs. Then there's some blatant inconsistency, as the ghost says he can't touch anything when told to get the treasure, even though he was described as being able to move objects and moved a lever last issue. I hope it's just an excuse to not do work on his part. The lighting system goes out on Knuckles and Sonic because it's thousands of years old, so it's amazing it lasted as long as it did. How did the lighting system even have electricity for it still? A backup power generator? Solar power? Then Knuckles tells Sonic to let the pirates steal the treasure, even though he told the pirates not to because it belonged to the echidnas. Knuckles explains that he never told Sonic about the curse and what happens when it gets dark. The pirates get chased away by a ghost, which the ghost Filch isn't able to make friends with, as they're vengeful people like that. Why are they running from them when it was established that only poltergeist ghosts like Filch can move objects? These ghosts shouldn't be able to do anything to them. The pirates get chased away, losing the treasure in the panic, and decide to exaggerate to the crew how many ghosts they were chased by. Then Knuckles holds a torch that he calls the seal, which will make the sand pour in from the outside if it's smashed. He smashes it on purpose to make the pyramid permanently sink back into the desert. Knuckles says that there's a secret exit according to the ancient texts, and the story ends with Captain Plunder exaggerating even more than I thought, saying, "And then 200 evil spirits, each with 7 heads and blazing eyes, attacked us from all sides." That made me giggle a little. I had the biggest smile from that. In the second story, Tails wakes up in Marble Garden Zone because he was sleeping outside at night where he could get easily kidnapped for some weird reason. And the floater approaching him projects a hologram of Sab who asks for Tails' help. So I guess we're never going to see that unseen adventure where Tails was summoned to the Nameless Zone and the story ended. That was dropped. Tails wishes that Sonic was here to help him fight Nuts and Bolt. Can't he just go wake Sonic up? Whatever. He just forfeit the right to complain about not having Sonic around then. He rides the floater and then coughs from a chemical cloud from Chemical Plant Zone that logically should have either killed him or left him with serious medical issues. And he sees Chemical Plant covered with snow in a blizzard. While wearing his clothes that I guess he found in Oil Ocean Zone off screen, he goes to the flock's base, which looks like a bomb went off in it. And the story ends with Tails being told that most of the flock was destroyed, including Sab. And Tails is scared, saying that the guy is still working for Eggman. Still, I didn't know he was working for him at all. At least the story had a big twist. In the final story, we see Captain Plunder fighting some robots, and then a trial of him is shown with the footage incriminating him. Plunder briefly gets angry at his terrible defense lawyer. He's at least on trial for being a pirate and not just for attacking Eggman's robots like a hero. The whole story feels like a complete waste of time, since him escaping is a foregone conclusion. The trial should have just not been in the issue, or cut past, and same goes for the news coverage on it. The story ends with a prisoner next to him saying he knows how to get free of their chains. The first story was Financial Kitchen. It was about Knuckles luring the Sandopolis golem into quicksand because he knows the island better than Sonic, and then the pirates being chased out of the pyramid by ghosts just like in the game, losing the treasure. At least it had a charming moment where the pirate later exaggerated the ghost to his crew to look less weak. But the only original thing about the story was the pirates and treasure, which logically shouldn't have even been there, because why would they know about treasure on Angel Island? Otherwise, there's no better than fanfiction Sonic 3, because fanfiction doesn't create its own unique world, just uses the same world from a different continuity with not much difference to it. That's the big problem with this comic being so unoriginal. I like reading stories for the first time, but I can't get invested in a world that's not unique at all. The Tails story was by Mark Isles and involves Tails being contacted by a hologram of Sab to fight a robot, and then he arbitrarily goes there alone when he could have woken Sonic up, which is very forced of an excuse to make him a solo story. And he ends up faced with an inexplicable lack of Eggman, so it looks too much like he's just a part of the flock that was suddenly destroyed off screen. At least the story got a real twist because of that. I wasn't expecting that. And the final story is by Nigel Kitching. It felt like nothing but padding, as it could have just completely cut past the stupid trial of a pirate leader who's gonna break out of the cell anyways because he's a fictional villain. Total waste of comic space that could have gone towards continuing the Tails story, or showing us what the previous adventure of the Nameless Stone was like.